Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at beautiful Haulover Inlet here in Miami, Florida. And today should be a fun one. We got a 15-mile-an-hour wind, 2 to 3 foot seas. Going to be interesting to see how our captains fare as they step in the ring and try and do battle with the inlet. And of course, this is going to bring us to the first round of our contest, and here in the first round, the boats have decided they're going to go ahead and toss a Yamaha FSH 222 in the ring to see how it can fare against the inlet, and here we go. This crew is absolutely rolling out. Cap's got the throttle down on this one, the boat's up on plane, which is a risky move, especially with people up on the bow. Even just on a semi-rough day like today, there still can be some fairly hard smacks, especially at speed. Now, Cap's making his way out. It's gotta watch out for the wake of the other boat he's about to cross, and man, they're starting to get a little beat up as they go out here, but overall, the crew looks pretty solid and is hanging on pretty good. Oh! Down he goes! Our guy went down hard, as we can see right here. He winds up going up, getting a little air, then smacking down, and of course taking a loss for the boats in the first round, which is going to give Haulover the early 1-0 edge. But as we move into the second round, the boats are going to toss a blue wave into the ring to see if we can try and get them back on the board. And here we go. This crew is using a little more of the cautious approach, trying to pick their way through Haulover, find that right pace to roll, and make sure they don't get themselves into trouble, which is sometimes easier said than done. And our crew looks pretty good. Right here, he's got himself posted up on the top of a wave, which is a great spot to be. In fact, many people will tell you that's exactly where you want to be when you're coming into the inlet. And right there, they had a close call. They came down off that wave, and the bow dove down, but they were able to hold on. And this crew's going to wind up sneaking in, taking a win for the boats here in the second round. And that's going to bring us to the third round of our competition, and we are now tied at 1 apiece. And here in the third round, the boats are going to bring a chaparral into the ring to see if it can go ahead and get them ahead of the inlet. This crew's taking that slow roll approach, and they pay for it early. It didn't take long. Our girl's getting double, triple smacked in the face with water, and this boat is full up already. They hit the first wave early on, took water right over, and then they hit the double stack back to back, just nose diving this thing right down, filling that bow up and getting our girl, who was in the bow, completely soaked and probably getting the boys in the back in a little trouble later on this afternoon. But our crew's not going to have much of a choice. They're kind of coming sideways out of the inlet, and we're going to go ahead and pull that old patented Haulover U-turn and bring it back in. But unfortunately for this crew, that's going to mean they're going to take a loss here in the third round. That's going to give Haulover the 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of our contest. And here in the fourth round, the boats gotta get a win to be able to stay alive in this competition, but they're going to toss a ringer in the ring as they're going to bring a Nortec into the competition to try and do battle with Haulover. And here we go, our crew's making their approach toward the inlet. Kind of taking the slow roll approach, I would call it, for a Nortec. Typically we see these boats absolutely using all that horsepower on the back and blasting their way in. Our crew here's decided to take the more cautious approach, just come in a little off plane, having the bow high to make sure they don't have any issues. Now don't get me wrong, we love watching these boats blast their way into Haulover, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with the cautious approach as long as it gets you home safely, which is going to do for this crew, who's easily going to take a win here in the fourth round. And that's going to bring us to the fifth and final round of our competition. We are now tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win? Will it be the boats or Haulover? It's time to find out. And here in the fifth round, the boats are going to toss an Intrepid in the ring to try and close it out and see if they can get the win. This crew's working their way out. Again, another slow roll approach, and it's not going to pay. Man, they came out slow. They wind up nosediving and stuffing the bow just before they get beyond the jetties. And unfortunately for this crew, that means they're going to wind up taking a loss for the boats here in the fifth round, and Haulover's going to wind up taking a win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.